Show here on WUAT AM 1110 Radio and Channel 18 Valley TV and YouTube, Pawpaw.
I like that YouTube you always throw in there.
Yeah, I do it for him, even though he's never watched YouTube a day in his life.
Well, that has to be a valuable asset.
It is.
Because I hear you say you can look up any program.
Yeah, you can. That's what drives me crazy about you. You'd enjoy it, but you won't even try to learn it.
You know, today is Thursday.
And watch how he changes the subject real quick,
Listen,
folks.
today's Thursday. I've not been able to watch us a single time on television.
Well, that's just a shame right there. Anybody robbed of watching us, that is a crime.
With me wanting to.
I know it.
I've been home all day long, all day, every day. But I get to see everything else.
Back to teaching.
I get to see everything else.
Now see, if you watch it on YouTube too, you could watch it anytime.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So how about get adventurous and try to learn it? To be continued on that, folks. I promise you. We'll be having this same conversation next week and the next two. But we do have some announcements today. As you're looking at some of the new stuff that we're doing a little, what would you call it, remodeling here.
Alteration.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
As Judy would say.
Yes. And that's the word I can't never think of when I'm trying to talk about the loom. I'm always like, what's that word, Papa?
Alteration.
We do have some announcements. There's a benefit last week. I heard it done real good.
$40,000 or $50,000.
Oh wow, that's really good.
I think 44 was one figure I had floated at me.
And Papa's going to tell you about another big one here in a few minutes. And I want to tell you also to definitely keep prayers going for Sonia and her family.
Yeah, that's the one that's going to be this Saturday.
Yes. But that's a very, very serious situation. So she'll touch and go right now. So definitely keep Sonia and her family in your prayers, folks. She's going to be going to Vanderbilt. I think she's there. I think she's at Vanderbilt. Yes. Okay, so I'll start out with that. I had that announcement. I'm sorry. I thought you did. So I'll start out with that. It's a benefit for Sonia Ohlendorf. It's going to be this Saturday, folks, March 7th. It's going to be at the West End Church of God Family Life Center. It starts at 3:30. The auction will be at 6 p.m. And there's tickets available for a gun and quilt to be given away. In addition to the auction, cakewalks are planned. You like that idea?
I do.
And the food it's chili and a barbecue supper. So once again, it's at the West End Church of God Family Life Center. Expecting a big crowd for that one as well. I think there'll be a good turnout for that. People, if you have questions about it, call Sheila Lee at 827-7921 or Diane Campbell at 309-2387. That's this Saturday. Starts at 3:30 p.m. That's at the West End Church of God Family Life Center. Also, the Bledsoe County Rescue Squad, their monthly breakfast have started back. They are back. And the first one kicks off this Saturday, Pawpaw. It'll be from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Plates are $6. They will deliver within the city limits. So this is for every month, people. They deliver within city limits. And if they do deliver, it's $1 extra on the fee, so that'd make it $7.
I didn't know that.
That's something new. This month's breakfast is sponsored by Miss Earlene Young. Everyone is welcome, and you can check them out on Facebook. Just go to their Facebook page. Any questions about the Bledsoe County Rescue Squad monthly breakfast, you can call Jan Eichel at 423-994-5149. That's 994-5149. And on Monday, March the 30th, it's going to be Mother to Mother coming to Pikeville from 11 a.m. until noon. Mother to Mother will be coming to Bledsoe County to host a day of giving. Families in need can receive free essential baby items, including diapers, clothes, hats, socks, toys, etc., while supplies last. Come to the Head Start parking lot, which is in your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Come there to the Head Start parking lot on Main Street, 2531 Main Street. You do not have to be a resident, but that's where you go to receive the items. And once again, you do not have to be a resident of Bledsoe County. For more info, you can call Mother to Mother. Their number is 615-540-7000. That's 615-540-7000. Mother to Mother, coming here to Pikeville on Monday, March the 30th at the Head Start. And once again, that will be, I want to make sure the time, 11 a.m. until noon.
That's the first time I ever heard of that program.
Yeah, well, I had to talk about it the other day on the radio, but yeah, until then I'd never heard of it. Sounds like it's a really good organization.
It sounds like a good thing.
It does. Well, Papa dropping his announcements probably intentionally so he don't have to do them.
No. I don't mind reading. I don't mind reading at all.
Oh, we all know that. Anybody that knows you knows that. He's a reader, let me tell you.
I do like to read.
He will. He'll have the TV on and no sound, and he'll be in there reading.
There is a group of Alcoholics Anonymous, and they from Pikeville, and they meet at First Southern Baptist Church, which is located right here on Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to have the 12 by 12 book study at 5 o'clock on Monday. They meet every Monday.
Okay,
there will be an open discussion, and that discussion is on Thursday at 5 p.m.
Okay.
And this discussion is Joe and Charlie Big Book Study. That was on Saturdays. Man alive. Wow. They meet at 5 on Mondays, open discussion at 5 on Thursday, and a Joe and Charlie Big Book on Saturday.
Also at 5.
Yeah.
So and there's no confusion on the times, at least.
And these are all held in the old fellowship hall at First Southern Baptist Church.
Well, that's good.
So if you think that
I'm going to get you a drink, I believe.
If you think that you have a problem with alcohol or drugs,
I'm in a drink of water. We're talking about alcohol. That might have sounded wrong.
Bitty.
We were talking about alcohol, like you might have to get you a drink. But I was meaning you water. You're getting choked up on
You're going to keep on and make an alcoholic out of me. But you're encouraged to attend.
And I'll go to those meetings. And
you're encouraged to attend.
Yeah, that is a really good
AA
organization.
Meeting.
Yes.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Al-Anon, that's the women or the family member that's supportive of the alcohol.
Right, yes, yes.
Al-Anon.
And they have those meetings, they have them somewhere here in Bledsoe County, because we talked about that before too.
Okay, the Pikeville Fire Hall is going to have a dinner, and the dinner is going to consist of grilled chicken, and it's going to be, guess where? At the Pikeville Volunteer Fire Department.
There we go.
It is going to be Saturday, March the 21st. Time. You may start eating at 4 p.m. and you may eat until 7.
That's right.
That's a pretty good deal.
That is.
Does not tell you how much you have to pay, but I'm sure they will accept a healthy donation.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because that's what it's for, is to give them money. And that's it. It says come support your volunteer firefighters. So
I noticed where Early Young was sponsoring the breakfast out at the rescue squad.
Mm-hmm.
She's a member of the rescue squad. One of the original, I'd say.
If you're paying attention, I said that like 2 minutes ago on our show.
I know.
Oh, okay. Just making sure you
heard. Have you ever heard of an individual?
No. Well, no. I about said Billy Joe Brown, but he has a business.
He has a business.
So yeah, that's really nice of Erling, isn't it? Well, it's trivia time.
Trivia, I just happen to have a few available.
Oh, shucks.
If I were to mention a word, you give me the preceding word that would go with it. Quentin. Blank Quentin.
My fun.
3 letters. The prison.
Oh, Sam.
Not Sam. You're off one
San.
San Quentin.
San Quentin. Oh, yeah.
San Quentin.
Yeah,
that's the name
that's
of the
right.
prison.
Okay.
Okay. Once blank blank.
In a lifetime.
You know what? I hadn't thought about that. But let's say we're reading a story to a child.
But that counts. Oh, once upon a time, like a fairy tale.
Once upon a time.
What do you call those?
Another word for jail.
Prison.
Well, not necessarily. A jail right here in Pike wouldn't be same thing as prison. And it's a
Jailhouse. Slammer.
slammer.
Okay.
I was trying to use the word for slammer. But anyway, you got it. That's the word for jail. There's all kinds of words for jail. Used to be a song, I'm in the jailhouse now.
Yeah, I heard that.
You heard that?
Day, yeah.
Okay. A parking attendant for a handicapped place is called
valet.
Valet. Boy, let me
Yeah.
tell you, over the years I had to use it a lot with Carolyn.
Yeah.
I had to use it a lot with Patricia.
Mhm.
Guess who's using it now? Me. Came in handy. And I had that.
That's true.
I had that handicap sticker that hangs up over the rear view mirror.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course it was
Use.
Carolyn. It was Carolyn's.
Well, use it.
And I went to get a new one because that one tore up. And she said, "Well, Albert, you can't use Carolyn's." I said, "Well, I've been using it all. She's been dead 6 years. I've been using it." She made me buy one. Made me get one for
I
myself.
was about to say, you need to get one for you.
Sorry, Janice. She did not have me arrested. The red planet.
Mars.
Mars. Well, you did learn something in school, didn't you?
Well, yeah, a little bit.
Where is your funny bone in your body?
Oh, it's like in your elbow.
Elbow.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
let
I
me
hate
tell
hitting
you,
that thing too. Oh,
Okay.
hate that.
Mr. Blank Walton that started Walmart.
Oh, it's Sam. Yeah.
Sam Walton. A group of beavers, they're working on a project. What's their project they work on around the pond?
The dam.
A dam.
That's the only guess I had for beavers. Yeah.
And you know how they get the trees down? They don't have a chainsaw.
No.
What do they
Their
use?
teeth.
Their teeth. They gnaw a tree down.
That's amazing.
And it always
Probably
comes
takes
to
a few
point.
of them.
Yeah.
He would have to. It would have to.
Don't tell you how long either.
I know, that'd be a job right there now.
In a class by
Yourself.
itself.
Or, yeah. Okay.
You are doing good. Give me this one now. A baby lion is called a
Cub.
cub.
Okay.
Yeah. I bet you know what a baby fox would be too, wouldn't you?
Yes, but I'm not going to say because that's not the question.
All right.
You're trying to trip me up.
An Indy 500 racer, famous. His first name is Bobby. What's his last name?
I would say Lifeline, but my Lifeline don't know sports.
I bet you don't keep up with car racing either, do you?
Not like other sports.
Well, A.J. Ford is a famous name, but Bobby is the family answer.
I mean, I know, obviously Dale Earnhardt Jr., Richard Petty.
So you have heard of some.
Yeah, definitely. I've not heard of him though.
Now give me this man's name. Mr. Bunker from television.
What's this? All in the Family? Oh, Archie.
Archie Bunker.
Archie, want a beer? I remember that's what she'd always say.
Buddy, let me tell you. He was an Archie, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He played that role great.
Oh, I believe it was made for him.
I think so, too.
But then right on the other hand, he can do drama. What was the drama?
I know, in The Heat of the Night.
Heat of the Night. It's still on television.
Did a very good job on it. Yeah, I see reruns of it all the time. And it's complete opposite. Carol O'Connor.
That's the trick about being an actor, is to be able to not be
Yes.
zeroed in on one aspect
That's
of your
right.
talent, that you can be that comedian if you need to be, or you can be that drama artist.
Yeah, you
One
can
or the
be
other.
versatile, you know, and
That's a
do
good
both.
word, Billy. That's a good word,
Well,
versatile.
thank you. I thought it sounded a
I
little
don't know how you spell
intelligent.
that.
THAT.
Paul Bunyan's Blue Ox. What was the name of Paul Bunyan's?
Babs.
Not
Babe,
Babe,
okay.
Babe. That's
Babe.
all of my trivia, and you did well.
Yeah, I'll give us a pat on the back on
But the
that.
people out here in listening land,
Yeah,
that's the ones I wanted to get the answers to, without looking them up on their phones too.
right.
Don't like it when they look them up on their phones. Do you?
No, well, it depends on what it is. Depends on what it is. On some of your questions, hey, who could blame them? It's probably the only way they're gonna get the answer. But now, if you guys listen to the Top 10 Countdown on WUAT each Tuesday with me and Allie, our producer, she's a co-hosting with me now with Top 10 Countdown, we do trivia, and they're, nowhere near as hard. And people call in, and answer over the radio.
But now the trivia is not musically induced.
Usually it is, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Like the name of an artist or the name of a
Yeah,
song.
where they're from, just different things, yeah. We have a good time with it, and people call in, and guess.
The thing that is scary about taking up a third of our show for trivia,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever thought of the word trivia, trivial, what
You
it
talked
means?
about this
I
once
know, but you know what
before.
that means?
Well, you told me, but it's been a while.
Meaningless.
That is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean you're wasting. I'm not going to say wasting your time.
No, because it's fun.
I guess that
It is. It's a challenge. And
there
it's fun.
is a game that we used to play, Trivial Pursuit.
Trivial Pursuit. That's right.
Yeah.
God, I haven't played that in so
I
long.
don't remember even how you play it.
I can't remember it.
But I remember we had a game, Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah. Do you remember that game, Allie? She don't even remember it.
Probe was another game that we played.
Well, I don't remember that one.
DeWitt and Bessie you spell a word,
Uh-huh.
and you got 12 or 13 letters, and you hide the letters from your opponent, and they're trying to guess your letters one at a time, and then they get so many turned over, and they guess your word. They get so many.
Okay.
But anyway, DeWitt Carter was playing with us one night, and he had the word, it was some kind of big, long word, and he had it misspelled. Ambidextrous or something. But anyway,
That would make it funny.
he had it misspelled. Basketball, I guess you want to talk about basketball, don't you?
Well, it's time for sports of all sorts, yes. Trivia time is over. And, March Madness is here. And that's my favorite time of year for basketball is March Madness.
It started.
Conference tournaments are
The
underway
ladies
with the
started
women.
yesterday. And the girls were playing today at 1:30.
No, they play tonight at 7:30.
They changed it?
No, it's been that the whole time.
Well, the paper said today that they would play the winner of Ole Miss and
Missouri.
Missouri. And
Missouri won. But yeah,
And-
you'll see it.
And we've already
7:30.
played Missouri
And beat them.
once, and we
It was in Knoxville.
beat them pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think it was ever that close. And Tennessee should win tonight, but
And you said it's
just never
tonight
know.
instead of today. At
I'm
1:30.
certain. Because Georgia and Alabama were playing just a while ago. I believe Georgia won. No, Arkansas and Auburn are on right now. Georgia did beat Alabama.
Well,
But we know more than likely Renee Davis will show up and do her job. The $1 million question, like always, is who will help? Will somebody help her out? Hopefully, yes.
well, the better.
One person cannot do it. She was, I did read where she was, she's all SEC first team, and she definitely deserved that.
Well, yeah, you better believe it.
Yeah,
But
she's carried on.
she won't get an All-America nod.
Yeah, it's looking like she's going to get that too.
Really?
Yeah.
With a team that just
I know. Well, I guess it's because she's carrying the team. I guess they're recognizing that.
Let's see. Saturday we played Auburn.
Sunday, the
Saturday
women,
or
yes.
Sunday?
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, it was Sunday. And we only scored 56 points.
Mm-hmm. And I think she had
But
22.
she had 22. That's 40% of the scoring load. And she was on the floor 37 out of 40 minutes.
Yeah, see that's
So
not good.
that's riding a good horse to death.
It is. Like we've talked about this, like she needs help.
Earlier in the year, you told me Horston was going to be that character.
It's supposed to be. She did hit the winning shot in that Auburn game, believe it or not.
Well, it
had a terrible game.
56-55 was that the final score.
And she had a horrible game, but she did hit the winning shot, so that kind of made up for it. Now she's on the all freshman team.
Well, she scored maybe high as 13 points.
Yeah.
But you know what is so sickening about watching that game? In the last 4 seconds, we fouled them twice.
Yeah. Now I do think one of the calls was a little questionable, but yeah, the other one was just boneheaded, and it was on a 3-point shot.
Yeah. I don't understand.
And Horston done that one.
Some of the stupid. Well, Davis made one of them.
She did the one that was kind of questionable, yes. And then Horston fouled him on a 3-point shot. I don't know why she just didn't hold her hands up, instead of just hitting her on the arm like that. But they tied the game doing that.
But the season is over. We're in the tournament now. So you've got 20 wins and 9 losses.
Yeah, that'll get them in the big dance.
I believe it will. And no other team in the whole country has ever been in every NCAA tournament. No other team.
And that's a record you don't want to break.
We want to sure get them in
keep
there.
that going, because they're still the winningest program in history of women's basketball.
But in watching Tennessee play, and men too,
we got to talk about them in a minute.
the turnovers
is ridiculous.
It seems almost as if sometimes they throw the ball inviting that opponent. Hey, you get it first.
Yes, yeah.
Let me throw it where it'll be easy for you to get it.
Wait, soft passes, boneheaded, stupid passes.
I guess that's what is.
A lot of that's lack of confidence. They don't want the ball. They don't want to shoot.
But I watched this last team our men played. They played with such confidence.
Oh yeah.
Fluid. Kentucky.
Oh, now the men have done a complete 180 and had a great week. First, they beat Florida in Knoxville. Then they get the big, huge upset over Kentucky in Lexington. And guess what? I gave up on them, and I admit it. They were 17 points down, and I said,
heard
the heck with this.
I think I read it in the Blitz song.
I know, Mom told you. So when she told me the next day they won, that was such a cool surprise, because I just knew that they had lost, Well, I was so shocked.
I stuck it out.
I wish I had them now, but I was so mad watching the first half.
Well, what helped them, there was a 10-minute span, 10 minutes and so many seconds, that Tennessee outscored them 29-9.
Yeah, that's a heck of a run right there.
Well, if you're behind 51-34, you're behind 17 points.
Yeah.
If you win by 8,
that's when I stopped watching.
You've got a 25-point spread that you have overcome.
Yeah.
And that's unheard of.
It is. I didn't dream they could do it.
Kentucky's number 6 team in the land.
And it's at Lexington.
And you're in Rupp Arena, where they've only lost 5 games in history, I guess.
Yeah, I know. It seems like in 20 years they may have lost 5 games.
They'd only...
so you can kind of see why I gave up on them. I thought,
well, I'm not going to okay it now, Billy.
I wish I had stuck it out, but who in the world could have saw that coming? But I'm so glad that they pulled it off. They needed it desperately.
Fulkerson broke his record
of his life.
He got 27 points.
Yeah, he was awesome. I mean, I did watch the replay of it. He did everything for him. But the freshman, James.
Gave him 16, Pons 15, Vescovi 11, and Bowden 10.
That's what they need.
You got 5 players in double figures.
So that's what the girls need. Instead of being all Davis, yeah, you gotta balance it out.
You got Pons, Vescovi, James, and Bowden.
And Fulkerson.
Fulkerson led, which was
he had 4 players.
You got a supporting cast of 4 more players that's giving you 10 or above.
That's right. That's when you know you played a great game.
Well, so you got a. I'm not going to say it's even balanced scoring, but it doesn't put all the pressure on one man.
Exactly.
But Fulkerson did not miss a foul shot. He only missed 4 shots all night.
Yeah, he played the game of his life.
The game of his life.
And I hope he does it again against Auburn on Saturday.
Well, we'll find out.
Auburn did get beat last night by Texas A&M.
Upset.
Yeah, they sure
did. Of course, Auburn is dropping down in the poll. They've been losing a game here and there.
Yeah.
They're number 13 now.
They're 25-5. But boy, if Tennessee could beat them Saturday, and plus, now they have that huge, significant win against Kentucky. That win over Auburn and a good run in the SEC tournament, they can make the big dance.
But now I think the Florida win was big.
I do too. It was.
That was last Saturday.
Yeah, in Knoxville.
And it was an entertaining game for 743 fans.
Great crowd.
They were entertained.
Yeah.
Plus one little old fella at home watching. And no telling how many thousands of other fans watching on television.
I was entertained. I enjoyed it.
63, let me tell you, 63, I've often said this, 63 points won't win in the SEC, but it will if your defense keeps the opponent less than 60.
Yeah, they played great defense.
And that's what helped them.
They played great defense in that game.
Great defense, I reckon.
So they're capable of it.
And one big factor to win against Florida was only 9 turnovers.
I know. That was great to see.
I've not seen them have a game where they went for 40 minutes and only had 9 turnovers.
That's the first one I've seen all year.
It's more.
Usually
it's been more like
way
20.
Over that. Yeah.
Well, it's been more like, and the women both.
Oh, the women are worse with turnovers. It's unreal.
What I've said, and I'm sure people get tired of hearing me say it too, but every time you turn that ball over, say if you turn the ball over 20 times, that's 20 times you don't have a chance to score.
That's right.
And 20 times you give the other team the ball with an opportunity to score.
That's right.
And if you're shooting at a 40% clip as a team, then 40% of the 20 turnovers, think how many points you're giving them.
I know. You're kind of shooting yourself in the foot.
That's another way of saying it, Billy. You're more of an author than I am. You have more of a command of words. Shooting them in, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
I mean, it's so true, and it's very frustrating to watch over and over and over. Like, I'm ready for the turnover problem to get corrected.
One beautiful thing that I saw in the Florida game that gave me an indication that we might be getting better, and every game we've been saying we've got to go back to the drawing board, we got to get better, but you don't have any more time left now.
Yeah, it's now or never.
But Fulkerson shot a 3.
Yeah, and made it.
And he'd
never done that.
He had tried once before and missed.
Yeah.
But this is his first made 3.
I saw it.
And it was beautiful.
It was. I couldn't believe it. And he had a chance to take another one just to, like the next possession, and he didn't do it. He should have.
He should have. I believe they were inviting him to.
I think they were.
But Fulkerson does not present himself to the public as being your idol of a basketball player. He's tall and lanky and loose and I don't want to say awkward.
No, he's not awkward, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
But I think the secret in his success is his ability to shoot a high arching shot.
It is. He can shoot over the players taller than him.
I don't know when he's ever been blocked.
I've not seen him get blocked this year, I don't think. I really don't think I saw that.
We've got Pons is a good shot blocker.
Yeah, what grade is he? Is he a junior
I don't
or a sophomore?
sophomore, I believe.
Good. Good. Because he's improving.
I think we'll have a better team next year.
I do. Oh yeah, I feel really good about next year. And me and you've talked about they have 2 5-star recruits coming in next year too. So, and the other one's a 4-star. I mean, so they've got a good recruiting class coming in too.
Okay, Tennessee just has a 17-13 record.
A win over Auburn will get them to 18-13.
It's possible we could win 20 if you have a run in the.
That's what, if they could win at least a couple games in the SEC tournament, I think they'll make the big dance.
And then Vanderbilt upset Alabama.
Yeah, I know.
Tuesday night.
Yeah, there's a few upsets.
Well, anyway, that's it with sports. I don't have anything about tennis.
It's been good. It's Tennessee had a good week. We're glad to report it. We don't always get to say that.
Well, I believe this is the first good week we've had.
Yes, you may be right. All right, well, coming up after the break, folks, it's Papa's favorite time. Good old Albertologies. Coming up next, right here on the Albert and Billy Show. Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show here on WUAT, AM 1110 Radio, and Channel 18 ValleyTV, and YouTube. We'll thank our sponsors, Pikevile Family Dentistry, Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance. Go see Frank, Susan, and Sadie. Can't forget about Sadie, my buddy, for all your insurance needs. Scotty's right here in downtown Pikeville, home of the Scotty Burger, as Papa says. The Loom on Cumberland Avenue, Miss Judy Yates. Go get alterations.
You learn.
And I want to thank the offices of Emma Boynton, Michael Walker, and Lisa Wheeler. Thanks to all you guys. Mag's Auto Sales and Morgan Brothers. And remember, they got Morgan's on Main down here now. And the food's really good, by the way.
I bet you could set yourself up as the official taster for a lot of these restaurants.
Oh, that'd be great.
You'd like it if they would serve you a meal that you make the decision whether it's good, bad, or poor.
I think one of the best jobs in the world would be a food critic.
Food critic.
That would be awesome.
Well,
where you get to taste everything and then say what you think about it or you're right about it. Yeah, that's a good.
I told you that I was one of the judges for our Super Bowl contest on wings, and I had to eat 4 wings.
I know it. I just hated that for you. I
had to eat 4 wings.
Well, it's time for Albertology, Papa. What are we talking about today?
Have you ever heard of the Great Divide, or you have?
No, I mean, I've heard of it, but I don't know nothing about it.
It's called the Continental Divide, really, officially.
Okay.
But some people call it the Great Divide.
Okay.
But the Rocky Mountains is the longest chain of mountains in the world, not just the United States. There's not another range of mountains as big and as ominous as the Rocky Mountains.
Wow, well, I didn't know that.
They provide, strategically where they're located, they provide the watershed between the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans. That's the watershed right there at the Rocky Mountains. And we've been there to the Great Divide, the Continental Divide. And when you're there, if you drop 2 ping pong balls, one will go to the left and one will go to the right.
Yeah, I like that.
Isn't that neat?
That is.
The Rocky Mountains have magnificent peaks. There are 250 of them that are at least 13,000 square feet.
Situated here a little bit. Our desk is on rollers now, so we're getting situated here.
There are 53 peaks in the Rocky Mountains, over 14,000 square feet. So this gives you an idea of the magnitude of the Rocky Mountains. The Great Divide, the Continental Divide.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it?
My wife saved the comic strip, the last one that Charles Schulz drew for Peanuts.
Really?
That's the name of his cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Peanuts.
Which most people know, but if you don't know, that's Charlie Brown and Pals.
And some of the characters,
or they're the main ones anyway.
right? But Snoopy's the dog.
Yeah, he was very popular.
Woodstock is the bird.
Mhm.
The bird. And
Lucy.
You got Lucy, and you got Linus, and you got
Yeah.
Charlie Brown, and then you always have the Hollywood, Halloween episode where he, the big pumpkin, and and the kicking the football.
Yeah.
And she always pulls the football back and he falls. But anyway, here's what he wrote for the last episode. This is what he wrote.
All right.
Dear friends, I have been fortunate to draw Charlie Brown and his friends for almost 50 years. It has been the fulfillment of my childhood ambition. Unfortunately, I am no longer able to maintain the schedule demanded by a daily comic strip.
Right.
Not just on Sunday, it was every day.
Yeah, that would be hard.
Yeah, my family does not wish Peanuts to be continued by anyone else. Therefore, I am announcing my retirement. I have been grateful over the years for the loyalty of our editors and the wonderful support and love expressed to me by fans of the comic strip.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Linus,
and Lucy.
Lucy, how can I ever forget them? Charles Schultz.
Wow.
Of all the characters that I draw, I dare say more come from his work than anything I do.
Yeah, you've done a few Snoopies and
Snoopy is one
Charlie
of my...
Brown. I saw that one. You ever drew Lucy?
I've got Lucy.
Oh, okay.
But I guess I do more Snoopy
You
than
drew
he
Linus?
I don't think I did that.
Oh, there's your next challenge.
Well, what's the blonde-headed girl? Now, Lucy's the dark-headed one.
Mm-hmm. I don't know the blonde-haired girl's name.
His
Do you,
sister?
Alec?
What?
Is it his
Is
sister?
it his sister?
I don't know. I don't
I think it's
know.
Charlie Brown's sister.
Might be.
Anyway,
So I think you should do a Linus drawing now.
I might just do
And
that.
we'll show it to people on our show in the next few episodes. How about that?
I'll try. I just got through a little girl gave me for my
Yeah.
85th birthday,
Yeah.
Snoopy and Charlie Brown,
Yeah.
and so she painted it.
I saw that.
Acrylic.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I drew it the other day, and I told her at church last night that I got her work finished that she gave me. Now I'm going to give her my rendition of her drawing.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
Her name is Keylin, Keylin. She's
Keylin.
Billy Hobson's granddaughter,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and she's 10 years old.
Well, hello,
But she's
Keelan.
very talented. She does this with acrylics.
Yeah.
She
That's
does it
impressive.
on canvas. She does it on canvas.
Yeah. That is impressive.
Puts me to shame. Oh, why I'm giving her one of mine. Presidential libraries. I came across this from the magazine on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
Parade magazine.
Okay.
I had this last month because February is the presidential month, but we've got the presidential libraries, and the number one, of course, is George Washington's library. It's Mount Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
George W. Bush, George H.W. Bush has a presidential library and a museum in College Station, Texas.
That's Daddy Bush, ain't it?
That's Daddy. He and Barbara both died in 2018, just like a couple years ago.
Oh gosh, so now did she die first?
Yeah.
And somehow I forgot about him passing away. So it was
Both
like
of them died in 2018.
But now he was probably getting close to 100 years old.
Oh yeah, he was really
late
up in
90s.
years.
Yeah, both of them were.
Gerald Ford has a presidential museum in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay.
And Ford is the only office holder never to have been elected.
Mm.
He was not elected. He took the place.
And Kennedy. right? Or somebody else?
No, it was Bush. No, who did
It
you
wasn't
think?
Bush.
No.
It was before
It
my
was
time.
Reagan, when Reagan had to step down.
Reagan didn't step down.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he
Yeah,
did?
He did.
What? Why did Reagan step down? I thought he served 2 terms and won comfortably both times.
Not Reagan.
I was about to say.
Nixon.
Thank you.
Why did I say Reagan?
I have no idea.
That's the first mistake I ever made.
Actually, it's the second in about a minute span.
But he never was elected
You
president.
said Bush, then
I
you
said
said Reagan. I knew it wasn't the president in my lifetime.
Well, it may have been my lifetime.
It was.
All right.
That's the first mistake he's ever made in a 1 minute span.
You know what?
Where it was 2 mistakes.
This is a story about a nun that taught in a Catholic church, a Catholic school.
Yeah.
And the name of the article is The List. It came out of Reader's Digest magazine.
Mm-hmm.
And she taught at St. Mary's School in Morris, Minnesota.
Okay.
And she had 34 students.
Yeah.
One of the students' name was Mark Eklund. And he would not be quiet. He kept on incessantly talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so she would have to correct him and correct him and correct him. But every time she would get on to him, he would say, "Thank you, sister, for correcting me. Thank you,
really?
sister, for correcting me." It was a situation that she had to encounter many times a day, and she got tired of it.
She got tired of it.
So one morning she said to Mark, "If you say one more word, I'm going to tape your mouth together." Well, she turned to go back to the front of the room to her desk.
Yeah.
And when she did, one of the students said, "Teacher, he's talking again."
Little tattletale.
So she went to her desk, got out the tape, went back to his desk, took off 2 strips of Scotch tape and taped his mouth. Turned and walked back to her desk. And when she does, she turns around to look at him to see what he's doing, and he winks at her. And when he winked at her, she broke out laughing, and the whole body, 33 kids, started laughing too. Well, so that's the kind of a situation she had with Mark Eklund.
Mm-hmm.
That was when he was in grammar school, 3rd grade.
Okay.
Well, then later on, she got to be the teacher of the 9th grade. What do you call that?
Freshman.
Okay. So she's the teacher then of Mark Eklund. He doesn't give her the fits that he used to do, but
Matured a little bit.
But one day the students got to be harassing one another, and they got fidgety, and so she took all she could take, and finally she said, "Everybody sit down. Take out a piece of paper." And she told them to look around the room at each of the 33 students. And I want you to, on that piece of paper, I want you to write a line and make a mark and leave room between each line, and I want you to write the name of every student in this room.
Okay.
And leave room underneath their name for you to write something nice about that student.
Okay, that would be nearly impossible to do.
So each student sat down and wrote down the name of the other 33 students in the room.
Okay.
And she said, "Now, when you're through writing something nice about every person in this room, I want you to hand them to me when you leave the room." And they did. So she took them home that weekend, and she wrote down on each a fresh piece of paper, at the top of the page, Mark Eklund.
Yeah.
She wrote down 33 names. 33. She didn't write down the names. She wrote down 33 things that people in the room said about Mark. She did every student in the room that same way. On Monday morning, she handed the papers to each individual child. And then she said, now I want you to read what the students in this room think about you. She heard whispers. I never thought that anybody thought I was nice. I never thought anybody thought I brought pleasure to anybody. And she listened to people. Fast forward, years later, she goes on a vacation. Her mother and daddy meet her at the airport after the vacation's over.
Yeah.
And on the way home, they say, the Eklunds called us yesterday. She said, well, I wonder how Mark's doing. They said, well, Mark got killed in Vietnam. And the family wants you to be there tomorrow for the funeral. She goes. And she had never seen a soldier in a coffin before.
That'd be
But anyway,
powerful.
each person goes through to pay their last respects. And she's standing there, the teacher, and one of the pallbearers, a military man, walked up to her and he said, ma'am, would you by any chance be the teacher that Mark had in school? She said, well, yes, I was. That soldier said he often talked about you.
Wow.
So they went to the farm home of one of the students, who is now a grown man. And at the home, the parents pull out Mark's billfold that they got out of his pants. And they showed the teacher the pieces of paper that he had got when he was in high school in the 9th grade.
Yeah.
Still carried them in his billfold.
Wow.
And so the parents said, we're so grateful that you did what you did that day. Each student then that was there, that was a former student, they each said, teacher, we've still got ours. Mine's in my wedding album. Mine's in my top desk drawer. No student had ever gotten rid of what other students thought about them.
That's amazing.
Talk about a beautiful story. Isn't
That
that a beautiful
is.
story?
You'd think at least some of them would have, you know. So yeah, she made a very good impression on those kids.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Okay. These are some jokes from Reader's Digest. And you tell me when to do my own.
All right, now I'd like a big giant fly swat to kill this fly that's getting on my last nerve, Allie.
Getting on your last nerve?
I think producer Allie ought to kill it as soon as she gets a chance. It's right there. Trust me, you'll see it. It keeps swarming at me.
A dude in a truck honked at me at an intersection while I waited for an older woman to cross the street. I gave him the finger. He honked again. I repeated the gesture. He proceeded to follow me to a parking lot and blocked my car.
Uh-oh.
And I got out ready to throw punches. He got out. Huge man. I thought, I'm dead. He put out his hand to shake my hand. He explained that he honked, but noticed his error when he saw the woman.
Okay.
So he honked again to say, I'm sorry. And he followed me to personally apologize so he wouldn't ruin my day. We shook hands. Changed me forever.
Yeah.
And I was glad he didn't waste
He thought he was going to get stomped.
He
didn't
thought he was done for.
Well, this desk on wheels is going to
That's
take
not
some
much.
getting used to.
My husband and I took our 2 boys fishing, and my father was against it, claiming the boys were too young and hooks were dangerous. I told him he was being ridiculous and assured him that we would be careful.
Right.
At the lake, our oldest son cast his line and hooked his little brother in the forehead with the worm dangling above his nose. See, Mom, he cried, as we carefully removed the hook. You should always listen to your parents.
been bad if it got in his mouth and like, right, whoa.
Listen,
No, I've heard of that happening to people.
Carolyn got hers. I got it a cricket hook in her nose one time, and I said, "Honey, we'll have to take you to the doctor to get that hook out because you have to cut that barb off." She said, "No, you're not taking me to the doctor like this." She said, "You get that hook out, and you get that cricket out of my nose."
Oh, that'd been funny to see. See, there's that dang fly, Allie.
My father was a lifelong pastor. One Sunday morning, as he was making his emphatic closing remarks, his false teeth flew out. In one swift move, he swept his hand across the top of the pulpit, snagged them out of the air, and put them back in his mouth.
That takes some talent right there.
The sound of clapping and heavy laughter filled the room. Dad put his head down on the pulpit and laughed until nothing came out but tears. When he finally recovered, he raised his head and said, "Dismissed." And the congregation was still laughing as everybody left.
I'm sure.
And the pastor said, "It's nice to know people were paying attention."
It's gotta be hard to miss that, wouldn't it, Papa?
Now, Bill, we talked about Charles Schultz, Peanuts characters.
Right.
Did you ever read The Family Circus on the Sunday comic strips? It's always there.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's a bunch of little bitty kids, but he's been doing this for 60 years.
Yeah.
And his name is Bill King, B-I-L, not B-I-L-L.
Oh.
And this was in one of Eddie Albert's books in his bedroom. I got it and started reading in it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what Bill King said in that book.
Okay.
And the book was written by John Hagee, preacher.
Yes, yes.
Bill King says, "Yesterday is past. Tomorrow is a mystery.
Yeah.
Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present."
Wow.
That's Bill King.
Never thought of that.
So
Have you?
treasure every moment that you have.
That's right.
That was beautiful.
That really is.
It was beautiful. The name of the book is the third heaven, the three heavens.
Okay.
John Hagee is talking about. Paul said in Corinthians, he said, "I was called up to the third heaven,"
Mm-hmm.
and this is the name of the book.
Sounds like a good book.
And Jesus said to the thief on the cross, "Today shalt thou be with me in paradise."
Right.
Okay.
Well, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, now we're back. And it's time for some jokes.
All right, I've got some.
We'll
Thanks
do a
to
few of these, and then it's time for yours.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh, yeah, these were good. Okay, I'll let it slide then.
Who was the first man to... These are questions that he asked a fifth grader or a third
Yeah.
grader. You know. Who
They're
was
hard, though.
Who was the first man to walk on the moon? Now, I knew this.
Yeah. Armstrong.
Armstrong.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong.
True or false?
God, more trivia. Just what
The
I need.
United States is in the Western Hemisphere.
True.
True. How many pints are in 10 gallons?
Lifeline.
This is what he'd ask a second grader.
Lifeline.
How many pints in a
40.
gallon? No, double that.
80.
80.
Okay.
There's 8 pints in a gallon.
Yeah, so what? They ask a fifth grader or third grader. They're still hard.
Hydroelectric power is generated by what?
Lifeline.
Hydroelectric.
Energy.
Wind.
Wind.
Moving
Water.
water.
Oh,
Water.
okay.
Okay, you wouldn't know where the first operas
So
were
I guess it's
performed.
just trivia all over again.
The ancient Olympics, where were they originally?
Greece, maybe?
Greece. Very good. Name the spot where Napoleon met his defeat.
Waterloo.
Waterloo. How do you spell that?
T-H-A-T.
I'm not going to ask you about this math one. You wouldn't know it.
Thank you.
But I bet you wouldn't know who wrote
Nope, probably not. If it's
the
an author.
Iliad and the Odyssey.
The
Those
Idi-
are two
the-
classics.
Did you say the idiot?
Iliad and the Homer. Okay.
I thought you said the idiot and the Odyssey.
The
So,
missing
no.
word. Her favorite dinosaur movie is blank.
Jurassic Park.
Where does
More like it.
ivory come from? Only one place. Ivory.
The woods? I don't know.
Comes from an animal.
Ivory dogs?
Elephant.
Elephant's tusk. That's the only source of ivory in the world.
I definitely didn't know that one.
Do you know why people go to Africa and kill an elephant and leave the corpse?
I guess so.
They
now.
get the tusk.
Okay. No, I didn't know that. I guess I'm not smarter than a fifth grader.
What's the longest river in South America?
The Nile? The
So that's
Amazon?
the Amazon. Nile's in Egypt. Now, you ought to get this one. You're so smart about
All right,
computers. The email equivalent of junk mail is called what?
Gmail.
Gmail?
No.
Dang it, Lifeline.
So it's a meat that you eat, a meat that you buy in a can.
Spam.
Oh, spam. Yeah,
Spam.
that's right. That's right.
In the name of the, let me see now, the agency known as FBI, what's the I stand for?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which
I
of
know.
these was invented last? Now listen, I'm going to give you four things.
Oh, gosh.
Computer, ballpoint pen, color TV, or helicopter?
Ballpoint pen.
And
Computer.
Computer.
Okay.
The ballpoint pen was in 38,
No.
the helicopter was in 39, color TV was in 40.
Wow, just bam, 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 one year after another on that.
All right, you want a joke? I'm going to give you a joke or two.
Well, you give us a joke or two there, Papa. It's what we've been waiting on. Producer's saying 3 jokes.
Listen, I tell you, women drivers are a hazard to traffic. Driving to work this morning on the freeway, I looked over to my left, and there was a woman in a Mustang doing 65 miles an hour with her face up next to her rear view mirror putting on her eyelashes. I looked away for a couple of seconds, and when I looked back, she was halfway over in my lane. It scared me so bad. I dropped my electric shaver in my coffee, and it spilled all over my cell phone. Women drivers. Now listen to
Don't
this.
think he had much room to talk, did
Now
he?
let's talk about men for a minute.
All right.
This was a story told to us by our chemistry master at school. A female student wished to make some potassium hydroxide solution
Okay.
and decided to throw a large lump of potassium into a bucket of water.
All
Her
right.
professor observed what she was about to do
Yeah.
out of the corner of his eye, and he hurried towards her. And after confirming this was what she was intending to do,
Yeah.
he asked her first to stir the water in the bucket for 5 minutes before adding the potassium. She was puzzled and ran after him to ask the purpose of this action. Why you want me to stir it in the bucket for 5 minutes? He said it will give me time to get away. One more.
Oh.
One more.
Yeah, one more. That ended good. Can't say that I blame him.
It was the day of the big sale.
Uh-oh, big sale.
Rumors of the sale and some advertising in the local paper
Right.
were the main reason for a long line that formed at 8:30 that morning
They can have it.
when
I
the
hate
store was
shopping
going to
like
open
that.
up. And here they are in front of the store lined up for
Right.
blocks.
No.
A small man pushed his way to the front of the line,
Okay.
and he was pushed back. People cursed him for breaking the line and trying to get up there first.
Oh, I'm sure.
So they pushed him all the way to the back. But here he came back the second time.
he
And he
was
was,
give up.
this time they hit him in the jaw as hard as they could hit him.
Dang.
Knocked him around and pushed him back and threw him to the end of the line again. He got up the second time and he said to the person at the end of the line,
Yeah.
"That does it. If they hit me one more time, I'm not going to open that store."
Those idiots is what all those people were. Oh man, those are good, Papa. That was a good. That was the best one.
We'll close on that one.
Yeah, it's hard to top that one. Well, thanks for listening to us here on WUAT AM 1110 Radio and for watching on Channel 18 Valley TV and, of course, YouTube. Remember, you can watch every episode of the Albert and Billy Show on YouTube as we inch closer and closer to that 150th episode, Papa.
150.
We'll
I
be
hope I get
having-
to see that.
You will. And we're close. We'll be giving you more details about that in the coming weeks. So until next time, so long, folks.
See you, folks.